Hello, everybody. Casual Boxing Fan here, and this weekend is the return of Triple G. It's been a while since we last saw him fight. He obviously lost to Canelo the last time we saw him. Since then, he signed a new deal. He's got rid of his trainer. He's gone up with Jonathan Banks, and he'll be fighting Steve Rolls, which is incredibly disappointing. It is, we need to remember Gigi is seen as a power fighter, not by me, but by ESPN and by other bodies. And if your comeback fights against a man who's 35 years old, who has only fought on small house shows and has not really done much in his career and is 19-0, but has not really fought anybody to the level of what a GG has, then it's disappointing. The excuse of this is a tune-up fight doesn't work for me because you could have fought against better guys for a tune-up. He's such an experienced pro and amateur. He shouldn't need tune-ups against this level of opposition. He's not coming off a fight where he got stopped. He's not coming off a fight where he lost dramatically. He's coming off a fight which was a close fight, which he was always in. He's had enough time to recover from any damage he's taken. But still, for me, this Steve Rolls fight is just ridiculous. It really is. There's a lot of people defending it. I, for one, won't be one of them. I'm a fan of GGG, but I expect him to be fighting higher level competition. He's a man that's seen as one of the top in the division. But for whatever reason he's being denied, whatever reason he's not taking those opportunities, guys want to fight him. He could have fought Andre. He could have fought, Charlo. There's guys out there for him to fight. And if he needs a tune-up fight, so be it. You can take a little tune-up fight against a guy in the top 10, middleweight. You don't need to look so far behind for Steve Rolls. You shouldn't have to dig in the garbage to find opponents. And obviously, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Steve Rolls, He deserves an opportunity, of course he does. But to go from the level which he's been fighting at, straight to the Gennady Golovkin level. To me, that's unfair because you're cutting out a lot of fighters that have done more than Steve Rolls and are more deserving of that opportunity. You still have to do something to earn these fights. You know what I mean? You can't just be given them. But obviously, this is the route Golovkin's going to take. And I've watched some tape on Steve Rolls. I've seen what he can do. He looks all right. He doesn't look anything amazing. He's got some good punch combinations. That's really it. That's what I can really tell you about. He's got some good punch combinations. He's just a decent fighter. He's nothing really special. You'd really be expecting Golovkin to stop him within the first 5 rounds. And that's just me being honest. I know there's been a lot of upsets this year, but I expect Gigi to stop him in 5 rounds. If he doesn't, then Gigi's just not the same fighter he was back in the day, and he's never going to beat Canelo. Because that's all he's doing. He's just waiting for the Canelo fight, And that's disappointing to me because he went on for so long saying nobody wants to fight him, nobody wants to fight him. And now there's guys out there willing to fight him. He doesn't want to give them a sniff. And it just goes to show what type of character he is. This all is not about money, it's about honor, and all this other bullshit was just a facade. Because now he's reached the top. How many guys is he willing to throw a bone to? Not many. Not many at all. Well, no one. Because you don't recount Steve Rolls as being a thrown a bone to. He's just a sacrificial lamb. But yeah, it's disappointing. Gigi's got the better jab, better power. He's even better defensively, I would say, than Steve Rolls. He's tighter guard. He's all round. He's better. He's got better punch variety. He's better at picking his shots. He's the better technical fighter. So he should get the win within 5 rounds. Especially if he's talking about this whole thing with Jonathan Banks. He's going to be more alert, more quicker, more sharper. He's going to be putting the pressure on a lot faster, not be as patient. And he should really get Jonathan Banks out. He should really get Steve Rolls out of there. And the thing about Golovkin is when he's fighting a lower level opponent, much like Vanas Martirosyan or a Kell Brook, the guy just will walk forward and just keep his gloves high and will just look to pound on you. He fights very differently against high level opposition. He's a lot more cautious. So, maybe that will play in Steve Rolls' favour. Maybe he'll be able to land some good shots, but that wouldn't surprise me because Golovkin always gets hit. So, he's not the best defensive fighter in the universe, is he? He's got good feet, but he's not. He's kind of like Joshua. Golovkin defends like Joshua defends. He likes to keep his gloves high and just take a little step back. Just come out of range. So, that's just the amateur style of defending, really. Just keep your gloves high, and then if someone looks off, it's just step out of range. But I expect Golovkin to get the stoppage in 5 rounds. I expect him to work behind that stiff jab, and Steve Rolls will get backed up into the ropes, and just to be finished that way. That's the way Golovkin finishes a lot of his opponents. He backs them against the ropes and unloads a big heavy power shot. So I'm going for the exact same way he normally does it. Steve Rolls could have some success if he shows a bit more movement. But from what I've seen of him, he doesn't move a lot. He's going to be right in front of Golovkin. And that's just a recipe for disaster. Unless he's got some power, which will make Golovkin think twice about just walking forward. I don't see this going past 5. I really don't. And I don't really want to see Golovkin v Canelo 3 right now. I'd rather see Golovkin go off and fight Andrade, maybe fight Charlo, or just see how that goes. But I doubt that will happen. I think we're going to get the Canelo fight. But I suppose we should just be grateful for it. You know, one thing I will say is before a lot of Golovkin fans start getting mad at me and saying, well, look who Canelo fought after the Golovkin fight. And that's true. You know, we did fight Rocky Fielding, but that was in 168 pounds. Rocky Fielding was coming off his best win, so there's some excuses for it. And plus, it was in December. It was like 3 months after he fought Golovkin. We've waited on, what, nearly a year for Golovkin to come back and his fight Steve Rolls. I think there's a differentiate between him and Canelo. I think you can say that. And you shouldn't use one fighter's downfall to justify another's. You know, you should keep the same energy of all fighters. Because I bet a lot of GG fans criticize Canelo when he done that. You should criticize GG too. Just, you know, I'm just saying. Stop fanboying certain fighters and just be real. You know, I ain't justifying anything. You know, GG should fight better opposition. Point blank, period. Anyway, man, this has been the Casual Boxing Fight. Thank you all for listening.